The truth is I was leaving social media, and I still am. But some things that have taken place over the last 7 to 10 days, and some that I've actually been following for a while, actually require, or at least move me to make these last couple of videos. Because I think it's important to try to explain to people to pay attention, one, to what's going on, and two, to what you're falling for. So I'm going to make 4 quick videos. The first one, I'm going to address the recent attempt on Donald Trump yesterday. I think it's important for people to know something about the suspect. And I think it's important for you to pay attention to this. The suspect that was taken into custody in Martin County, Florida yesterday is not a stranger to the mainstream media. In fact, Semafor, you know, that new media company that Ben Smith co-founded, CBS News, the New York Times, they were promoting and pushing this guy internationally, interviewing him, promoting his views on Ukraine, giving him airtime, calling for Americans to travel to Ukraine to take up arms to fight against Russia. Giving him airtime where he was calling for bringing Afghans to Ukraine to fight Russia. All of these media outlets that were promoting and broadcasting this guy, not one mention of his criminal history, not one mention of his felony in North Carolina related to weapons. In fact, the same type of weapon that he had with him yesterday in Palm Beach, Florida. So you have to ask yourself, why? Why didn't one of those media outlets look into the very person that they were promoting? Repeatedly, I might add. Why did not one of those outlets mention the fact that he had an extensive criminal history? Because it didn't fit their narrative. But they all bear responsibility because they all knew. Now, I want people to also pay attention to something. We hear Biden, we hear Kamala Harris, we hear everybody say that there's no room for political violence in this country. And I agree, there is no room for political violence. You should never exercise your political ideology or beliefs or support through violent acts of any kind. But while we have an administration and we have a Democratic candidate who continues to repeat those claims, they're hollow. Maybe there's no room for political violence in this country, but they have no problem promoting, advocating, supporting, and actually assisting another country in a concerted U.S. taxpayer-funded effort to remove a current leader of a sovereign nation by supplying Ukraine with funding and weapons with the sole intent and assistance from the Department of Defense and the State Department to actually remove Putin from Russia. Regardless of what you think of Putin or Russia or any of that, it is illegal for any sitting president, any U.S. involvement in aiding in the assassination or the removal of a leader of another sovereign country. But while we concentrate on the attempts against Trump, we continue to ignore and allow them to continue to do what they're